if you go to the mind of the AI, you have to give it the behavior tree. So let's type in tutorial. Oops. Behavior tree asset. Select tutorial tree. Let's see if we can get it. I find it odd that we can't get it. There we go. Just click on assets and tutorial tree, and now you have that behavior tree assigned to the AI rig. Now, for the simplicity of this tutorial, you want these two boxes checked. So allow 3D movement, allow off-graph movement, which will allow it to override certain aspects of the physics so that it can follow the AI appropriately. So it's as simple as that. Just click these two, check these two. Let's see here. And then I believe the last part of this is we're going to add a visual sensor to the AI. So the AI has a method of sensing the object so that it can follow it. So we'll have a visual sensor. You can call it visual sensor, it doesn't matter. It is a sensor that is mounted on our AI object, or our object that we want the AI to be attached to. So girl 1, girl 1. So that's where it's mounted on. If you go into the scene, you can see the sensors. This pink thing is the sensor, and it is ranged out to display when it'll, like, at what distance it will start following the AI. So keep that in mind. And then finally, we want to have a point on the object which the AI, we want to have a reference point on the object which the AI follows. So we'll play a test so it can respond to the AI rig's functions in Rain. We want to create what's called an entity on the player test object. Notice how here we have player, player here. We have player here, its mount point is player test. Okay, let me double check here, make sure. Everything's good. Just to make sure that you can create an entity. So go to Rain. I already have one created, but you can go to Rain and select entity, and then add a visual aspect. So you want the visual sensor in the AI object to detect a visual aspect. So you would add a visual aspect, and you can call it whatever you want, but just make sure it has one. And to make sure everything's working, we can go into the scene and check and make sure that the second AI is following the player as well as the first one. So let's go check that out. We got one. Oh, and if you can see, closing into the screen, let me shoot this guy. Taking a closer look at the scene. Let's drag this out. Okay. Let me get a real close good look for you. notice how the second AI is following the character. And the gravity's acting, but it's acting a little funny. So we can double check why the character is floating atop of the AI. Or the AI is floating on top of the character. It looks funky, but either way. So check it out. If you give me a second to pause the video, I can make sure that we find out exactly what's wrong with this AI in terms of the physics. Alright, in terms of the floating AI, the answer's simple. I can't believe I actually forgot about this. You want to go to this thing that looks like a foot on the AI rig. As far as a motor, you don't want it to be a basic motor, but a character controller motor. A motor that is able to work with a character controller that you have listed in your inspector on your game object. So you simply want to make it a character controller motor. And make sure you have these two checked, the allow 3D movement and allow off grab movement. It just makes things a lot easier. Those are settings I have just to make sure that the AI doesn't flip and turn and do somersaults in the air while it's following the AI. So let's go back to the scene or the actual gameplay. And as you can see, let's go up closer, get a closer look. As you can see, the AI is on the ground, and if we separate the scene in the game, the AI. Notice how the AI. Cut off and everything. Let me get this wide open for you guys. Alright, notice how the AI at the most basic form is following the character on the ground. Notice the still one. Notice the still one, not the animated one that I have, but notice the still one. So there you have a follow AI in its most basic context. For the next video, I'll try and demonstrate how you can have the AI running like my AI with a mechanism motor using Unity's animator function.